Coming up tonight, a look into this week's weather forecast.
We sat down with a local community member to discuss financial literacy. All this and more coming up live right here on UCNN 10.
Good evening, and welcome to the UCNN 10 News at 6. My name is Dorian Perdomo.
And my name is AJ Strong. Coming up first tonight, we have a 7-day outlook on the forecast here in Union County.
We now send it over to our meteorologist, Danny Rajesh.
Good evening, everyone. Looking ahead to this week's weather, we can expect some chilly conditions across the city. Monday will be the warmest day, with temperatures reaching a high of 49 degrees and a low of 41, accompanied by some rain. On Tuesday, we'll see a little bit of sunshine with a high of 45 degrees and a low of 27. Wednesday will bring a significant drop in temperatures with a high of 30 degrees and a low of 17, and the possibility of some snow. Thursday and Friday will be slightly sunnier, with Thursday's temperatures ranging from a high of 27 to a low of 20, and Friday's seeing a high of 36 and a low of 27. Heading into the weekend, expect cloudy skies with temperatures in the 30s on Saturday and the 40s on Sunday. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Danny. Recently here in Ohio, we have seen an upward trend in the economy.
Yeah, we definitely have. The Ohio Department of Job and Family Services recently put out a statement that Ohio employers have added 53,000 jobs since this time last year. Molly Bryden, a researcher with Policy Matters Ohio, added, quote, "While national job growth is slowing, Ohio's remains consistent, accounting for more than half of jobs added nationally," end quote.
With such an abundant job growth in Ohio, it seems that many teenagers are getting out in the local workforce. However, many of these young people constantly mishandle their funds.
Our team went out to a local bank that many in Marysville use to handle their funds. We now pass it over to our field reporter, Jacob Bennett.
What would you say is the best way for a teenager to budget or invest their money?
So again, budgeting is not one size fits all. There's so many different ways to budget. You can use apps, you can use Excel, you can use a piece of paper and write down your transactions. There's different rules. There's the 50-30-20 rule, which is 50% of your income to wants, 30% to your needs, and 20% to savings. So that would be a recommendation. Again, using your apps, budgeting, the one that you use is the best one, yes.
What would you say is a big financial mistake that a lot of teenagers make?
So in banking, we're seeing scams on the rise. Checks, for example, we're seeing fraudulent checks, but being aware that there are people out there that we call bad actors who all they want is your money, and once they take it, they could close their checking account and move on to another location, another bank. So being wise on what's going on. If you ever are feeling, hey, this might not be real, call the number on the back of your card. Come into a branch and just talk to a bank staff member. Yeah.
So what would you say is a common misconception that a lot of teenagers have about credit or credit scores?
I feel like the only way to build credit is getting a credit card. That's not true. So you can also get a secured CD loan, which is probably the best option because that is literally you're putting your own money into a certificate of deposit while earning interest, and we're using that as collateral and giving you the loan on that. So that is a loan, and you will build credit off of that. So you don't have to. Credit cards are definitely, if you're wise with your money, if you're paying it down, it's great, but you're going to have self-control, lots of self-control on that.
Thanks, Jacob. Well, that's all we have time for tonight on the UCNN 10 News at 6.
Thank you for watching, and good night, folks.